Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Marvin's Room. Thank you guys so much for joining me, as always, wherever you're at in the world. To the new subscribers, welcome to the channel. My name is Marvin, and I'm a manifestation life coach, helping you guys manifest the desires of your heart via the teachings of Neville, Abraham, Joseph Murphy, etc., etc. All of these great law of attraction teachers from the past and even the present. So thank you guys once again for joining me and tuning in and rocking with us all on this journey. Thank you, thank you. I wanted to jump on here today, man, and talk to you guys about something that I see too many times and now working with people all around the world. And that is you guys are creating so much unnecessary drama between yourself and your SP. And this is so big to me because I don't think people really realize that, the problems that you have a lot of times, if not all the time, is the thoughts that you're thinking about the problem. The problem isn't necessarily the problem that you're experiencing. It's your thoughts about what it is that you're experiencing. So you could take, X amount of people, 100 people, and give all of those 100 people the same problem. But guess what? That problem is going to affect all 100 of those people differently. Why? Because their mindset is in a different place than the next person. So out of those 100 people, 10 of those people could could think about the problem and feel one way about the problem. Now, mind you, they all have the same problem. If they all have the same problem, then, and what some people would think is like, oh, well, then we should all react the same way to the same problem. But the answer to that question is no, that's not true, because everyone reacts differently to problems, even people that are going through the same problem. You know what I mean? Because everything is mind, everything is mental, everything is conscious creation. So out of those 100 people, 10 people could respond to the problem this way. And then the next 10 or 20 people could respond to the problem this way. And then the next 10 or 20 people can respond to the problem that way. And I've noticed this so many times with people, especially in regard to SP. A lot of times, if not every time, because I'm willing to say like every time, your perception is so misconstrued. And a lot of times you guys are killing yourself. You guys are damaging your own relationships. You guys are damaging your own mind. You guys are damaging because of your thoughts that are going through your head. For instance, I'll give you a situation like this. People say things like, my SP didn't contact me on my birthday. Why didn't they contact me on my birthday when I was affirming and visualizing them contacting me on my birthday? Oh, my SP didn't invite me to this function or this gathering, and I feel like they should have invited me to this function or gathering. Now, in both of these instances, whether you're in contact with your SP, whether you're not in contact with your SP, like, pay attention to the emphasis. And I made a video about this, putting emphasis on things. Pay attention to the emphasis of why you didn't get what you want. Is because you're putting that emphasis. You're trying to get way too much. You're trying too hard. It's coming from a place of lack rather than a place of flowing, than a place of allowing. It's coming from a place of you going upstream rather than a thought of you going downstream, as Abraham Hicks always talks about, having downstream thoughts. But you are creating so much unnecessary drama by saying, oh, I affirmed and I visualized my SP contact me for my birthday. Why didn't it happen? You got to be honest and real and look in the mirror at yourself and realize, okay, this didn't happen because I knew for a fact it was coming from a place of lack. I knew for a fact it was coming from a place of desperation. I just wanted to hear from my SP. And this is and again, you're creating unnecessary drama in your mind now because you didn't hear from your SP. So now this is making you feel a type of way. Now this is making you go down a snowball, a spiral downhill and thinking, oh, my SP doesn't care about this. Oh, my SP doesn't care about me, or he doesn't care, whatever the situation, may be. But understand, this is all a product of your mind. Your mind plays so many tricks on you. And this is why I tell you guys it's so imperative to get out of your mind, to stop creating unnecessary drama. It's not a big deal if your SP didn't contact you on your birthday. So what? Ask yourself this. If your SP did contact you on your birthday and said happy birthday, does that mean you're still going to get in a relationship with them? No, it doesn't. Because even if your SP did contact you on your birthday and said, oh, happy birthday, whoever you are, that still doesn't mean that you guys are going to get in a relationship. You see, the fact that your SP is contacting you, telling you happy birthday, that's kind of like someone taking a pill to get rid of a side effect. That was your SP contacting you on your birthday, or your SP inviting you to a function, a family function. That's you taking the pill to get rid of the side effect, which might be a headache. But the underlying issue of the problem is not the headache. The underlying issue of the problem is the disease of you don't feel first best. You have no self-love. You haven't dealt with your childhood traumas, etc., etc., whatever the underlying cause may be. But you see how you guys get so satisfied temporarily because you're seeking temporary. These are like little temporary satisfactions that you guys are seeking when that's not really what you want. What you want is to be loved. What you want is something long term. You know what I'm saying? And so you guys look to these little satisfactions like, oh, my SP reached out to me. You know, oh, my SP texted me, or oh, my SP invited me here. Those are temporary satisfactions, but ultimately that's not what you guys really want. But you guys get so caught up into that. And then when it doesn't happen the way you want it to happen, you get super upset, you get super angry, and now you're giving off this vibration. You're not living in your self-concept. You're not living in your first best. You're not living in that I'm worthy, I'm secure, etc., etc. And then it goes down. And it all started because of a thought. All because of, I didn't get what I want. Do you see how selfish that is? You know, just because your SP didn't text you, you know, or wish you a happy birthday, didn't invite you here, like, it means nothing. But your mind is telling you, your ego, once again, is telling you, oh, that means everything. I see so many people create unnecessary drama, unnecessary arguments around little things like this. And I'm here to tell you guys, you got to get out of this habit. You got to get out of this habit. You know, just because a SP texts you or invites you here, that doesn't mean that, you know, you're going to get what you want, you know, or it doesn't mean that you're not going to get what you want. You know, understand that it's your mind. Your mind is always playing tricks on you with little things like this. So I just wanted to jump on here real quick and tell you guys to be very mindful of creating unnecessary drama based on what your SP does or what your SP doesn't do. You know, because this is just a huge piece all across the world. I've noticed that. You know, it's like, oh, my SP had a birthday party and they should have did this, or my SP, you know, he should have invited. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Why? Ask yourself, why are you putting so much emphasis on that? Why does that make you feel important or loved? Why does that need to be your source of love for your SP to invite you to this function or event? Why do you need your SP to tell you happy birthday? You know, why do you need your whatever the situation may be? Ask yourself why. Where is that coming from? It's coming from a place of lack. It's coming from a place of desperation. And this is exactly why, even when you guys do manifest it, you don't, or try to manifest it rather, you don't manifest it because you're manifesting it from a place of lack. You're manifesting it from a place of fear. And you guys don't see that. You guys don't understand. You don't see the getting underneath of it all. You know, oh, I'm going to visualize my SP telling me happy birthday. No, you're not. Because you don't see the resistance in that, because it's not coming from a place of being natural, you know, especially for a lot of you guys, if you haven't, you know, seen your SP in a while, or you haven't talked to them in a very long time, many months, et cetera, et cetera. For your SP to reach back out to you and just wish you happy birthday randomly, like, a lot of you guys got to be realistic with these types of things. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys are saying things and doing things from not from a realistic standpoint, and you know that you're not doing it from a realistic standpoint. You just wish for it to happen, like it's wishful thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's you want your SP to do this, you want your SP to do that. But if you know you haven't talked to your SP in 6 months or a year, and you guys ended the relationship super bad, or whatever the case may be, you know, and you know you haven't really done the work on yourself, and you know you're coming from a place of fear and anxiety, etc. Even when you visualize, why do you think that your person is still going to come back into your life and just randomly wish you happy birthday. That's not going to happen. In most situations, in most cases, it's not going to happen, because underneath the surface, when you peel back the layers, it's all coming from the wrong negative place. All right, guys. So I just wanted to jump in here and share that. Don't create unnecessary dramas with your SP when they don't do things that you think they should do, or they don't do, or they do things that you think they shouldn't do, or whatever the case may be. Your mind's playing tricks from you. It's all up here. This is what you have to conquer. It has nothing to do with your SP. It has everything to do with your self-worth. Love yourself. Love your life. And everything else will fall into place. Change your self-concept and everything else will fall into place. All right, guys. See you next time. You know where, you know when.